I don't even care if the sim crashes right now. I would be happy, actually. At least we had a nice departure with some good radio experience. Hey guys, welcome to another video here on the AviationPro channel. You see me in a situation where my sim has just crashed. And it is a pity because it was actually supposed to be my first flight using the new audio for VATSIM. Now, I do got the entire departure recorded, so I did decide to turn this into a video, kind of my first experience with the new audio for VATSIM and, kind of showing it off to you. So unfortunately, this flight was supposed to be from Amsterdam to Geneva, but it didn't work out. The sim crashed. I think I found the problem. There was some sort of hotkey assigned to resetting the scenario and prepared, and I think the pressing all kinds of buttons with a complex hardware setup like this kind of freaked things out, and it reset the scenario. So I've deleted that key assignment in the hope that it won't happen again. But it happened. I haven't flown the sim in months, and this was my first VATSIM flight in a while, but it's a pity. But I got the entire departure out of Amsterdam and part over Belgium on it, so I still decided to turn this into a video. So I hope you enjoy at least the departure out of Amsterdam, and I'll promise I'll make another full flight very soon. Enjoy the video. Hello everyone, welcome to another video here on the AviationPro channel. It's finally time to make a flight on VATSIM using the new audio for VATSIM, and that's actually the first flight that I'm going to make using the new system since it has been released. So quite exciting. I'm really looking forward to what it sounds like and how it works. I've just connected to the network, and actually I got disconnected 1 minute ago. There's some hiccups still, and the voice aids is not actually working yet, I believe. So yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to, I guess. But looking forward to this. So I thought I'd record this flight offline, not live, just to kind of get used to it. And I haven't flown in a while myself, so bear with me while we fly this flight. And today we'll be flying from Amsterdam to Geneva. There should be quite a lot of ATC en route. And let me just quickly run you through the flight plan that I've created. For change, I've used SimReef. I'm thinking about using SimReef more often, actually. So let's take a look. So there we go. We are KLM 59er Zulu today. We're flying the Boeing 737-800. Just a classic, my go-to aircraft, basically, especially when I haven't flown in a while. The best choice for me is really the Boeing 737. As you can see from the fuel, our trip will take about 1 hour and 12 minutes, and our alternate for today is Lyon, as we fly to Geneva. So nice amount of fuel on board, about 7,300 kilograms. Here's the route for today. As you can see, it takes us nicely over Belgium and then over France, and then we should have a nice arrival into Geneva. And at Geneva, there's a one-by-one event, basically. So yeah, only one runway, of course, in use there. So yeah, it's going to be quite exciting, busy, airspace, and as they try to separate the departures and the arrivals from each other. So I'm looking forward to see how that goes. We'll be flying at about flight level 330, and as you can see, we have some nice tailwind along the route. A little bit of a crosswind over the Netherlands, but as soon as we head more eastwards and south, we enter some nice tailwind. So yeah, weather-wise, I don't think there will be much trouble. As you can see right here, of course, once we enter Geneva, we'll enter some, challenging terrain with mountains in the area as we enter the Alps. So that's always nice. Let's take a look. So here were the meteors from when the flight plan was created. It might be a little bit outdated by right now. At Amsterdam, wind is 190 degrees 17 from the south, so I expect runway 24 for takeoff. And then visibility is pretty good. Few clouds 2,000 feet. Temperature 1.5, 2.10. It's getting colder as we head into autumn and winter. QNH 1016, and I'll just make sure I set that in the background right here. There we go. And no significant change. So yeah, as you can see later during the day and night, it's gonna get a bit gusty with winds from 210 degrees gusting 30 knots. At Geneva we have 050 at 7, so runway 4 is likely in use. Visibility is good there, view at 3,500, scattered 30,000, temperature 17, 2.9, QNH 1022, no significant change. yeah, so pretty much stable weather, not much to be concerned about. Although later during the night, it looks like the visibility is going to reduce a little bit and more low clouds, but that should not be a factor for us. So anyway, this is the 25th of October. It's the day before Cross the Pond. Unfortunately, I'm not able to actually join a Cross the Pond event, but I bet it's going to be busy on the VATSIM network, especially with the new audio system. But there might be disconnects, so during this flight, this flight, I might have to fool around with vPilot every once in a while and make sure everything keeps working. Anyway, this is a bit of a review of the flight plan, and I hope you will enjoy this flight with me tonight. And I'll just run through some checklists, and then we'll wait for all the ATC to pop up. Currently approached online, but I'm waiting for delivery and tower as well, so there should be some nice ATC coverage throughout this flight. So the aircraft should be fully set up by now, and I actually discovered that the ATIS is working, the voice ATIS, although it's a different voice, so it's a temporary solution, I think, something like that. So I'll switch to the frequency 132.975, and let's see. I think the audio is quite different from what I'm used to. Let's take a listen. And I'm not talking about the voice, I'm talking about the actual radio.
16 knots variable between 140 and 210 degrees. 0 kilometers scattered 1,900 feet, broken 2,200 feet. Temperature 142.10 QNH 1014 hectopascal, becoming broken 1,800 feet. End of information. Bravo.
Wow.
Bravo.
I love this radio tone behind it. It just sounds amazing.
Bravo, main landing runway 18, main takeoff runway 24. Transition level 40180 degrees, 16 knots variable between 140 and 210 degrees.
So I think it's
10 kilometers scattered 1,000.
It's still a bit broken, but I love the quality already of this voice ATIS, so can't wait to try it out on an actual frequency and talk to ATC there. So yeah, as you could hear, runway 24 is active for departure. Kudat 1 Shara departure is expected, and once I ask the clearance, we'll take a look at the departure itself and do a bit of a departure briefing. Alright, so delivery just came online, and I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be quite getting used to. I mean, I'm still used to the old VATSIM voice system, so yeah, I'm looking forward to how this flight's going to go and whether the system's going to be able to keep up as well. But anyway, we have information Bravo. Again, I expect runway 24, so the only real thing that we don't know yet is the squawk code. We're parked at Delta 48, and then I'll call up delivery. It just came online, so I'm not sure if he's able to respond that quickly, but we'll give it a try. There we go. First time using the new audio for VATSIM. Schiphol delivery, goedenavond, KLM 59 Zulu, stand Delta 48, information Bravo, requesting clearance to Geneva. I see that the transmit button is really fast now, there's no delay in the transmit button.
KLM 59 Zulu, goedenavond, clear to Geneva as filed via the Kudat 1 Sierra departure, runway 24, squawk 2706.
Clear to Geneva, Kudat 1 Sierra departure, runway 24, squawk 2706, KLM 59 Zulu.
KLM 59 Zulu, feedback is correct, contact me when fully ready.
Wilco, KLM 59 Zulu. Okay, there we go. The transmit button is really fast. You know, normally when I transmit, I see the transmit light actually light up, 1 to 2 seconds later, but now it's pretty much instantaneous, and the controller was very audible. Just a nice radio simulation that we all been waiting for. It's clear and not clear at the same time. It's clear, better audio quality, but at the same time there's of course this overlay of radio simulation of VHF. But I like it, so there we go. We have our clearance. Let me just review the departure for you guys. So let's take a look. We're parked here at Delta 48, so we're going to start a pushback shortly towards the left, and then we'll be taxiing via Alpha to Sierra 7, so a short taxi route. And once arrived at runway 24, we are going to fly the Kudat 1 Sierra departure as cleared by ATC, which means we're going to fly on a heading 238, and in the background I'm just going to check the flight management system as well. Echo Hotel 005, and then that's this maximum speed of 220 knots left turn to Echo Hotel 039er. Still maximum 220 knots, and then we fly south direct to Lecco and then to Kudat. Okay, so and Lecco is, let's take a look. Kudat Woody requested above flight level 245, flight level 240 or above. Okay, well, we'll be able to make that according to the FMC. Initial climb clearance, flight level 60, and as always at Amsterdam we have to remain on tower frequency until passing 2000 and then contact Schiphol departure. Okay, so tower just came online as well, so that's nice. And then we'll contact approach or departure afterwards. So that's a bit of a review of our departure. Should be okay. Sounds really good. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay. So I'll be running through the before start checklist, and then we should be ready to go in a few moments. Alright, so let's just do the before start checklist. The flight deck door is closed and locked. Fuel, we got about 7,400 kilograms on board as planned. The passenger signs are on, the windows are locked, yep. MCP, we got a V2 150, heading 238, altitude 6,000. Takeoff speeds, V1 is 141, rotate 142, V2 is 150. CTD pre-flight has been completed, the rudder and aileron trim are free and at 0. Taxi and takeoff briefing has been completed and the anti-collision light is on, as you can see. Okay, so before start checklist completed. Again, I'm not going to go too much in depth this flight in the systems and the aircraft itself. I really want to focus on the audio and maybe I can explain some stuff along the way as we experience the new audio for VATSIM. So, before start checklist has been completed, and I'll report with delivery that we are ready for pushback and startup.
I will go and report 447.
So that was a blocking tone actually that you just heard. I'm just looking at something right now. For some reason my overwing doors seem to be open, but they're actually not, so I'm not sure what that is about. I hope I did not break anything. But otherwise we'll have to see. They should be closed, so we might hear the alarm going off once we pass a higher altitude, but I'm not sure. Anyway, delivery actually just called up that there's a runway change, so we have to call for reclearance.
KLM 59er Zulu.
Yeah.
Schiphol delivery.
Yeah, KLM 59er Zulu for the reclearance.
Yes, here we go. KLM 59er Zulu, you are clear as filed. Via the Kudat 1 Echo departure, runway 18 left, squawk 2706.
Cleared Geneva Kudat 1 Echo departure, runway 18 left, squawk 2706, KLM 59er Zulu.
KLM 59er Zulu, feedback is correct. Contact me when fully ready.
Okay, nice. Okay, so we got the reclearance. And I'll just quickly show you what the departure route looks like in this case. And in the background I'll also select it. And selecting the V speeds again, there we go. And as you can see, we climb straight ahead 183 at 500 feet, the left turn to 163, Echo Hotel 073. And then we intercept 185 outbound out of Sierra Papa Yankee. So I'm just going to put that right here in the mode control panel as well, 185. And then in the nav radio 113.3. And then we continue south to Lecco, Kudat and Woody. Okay, so that's a bit of a different route, and the taxi route is of course also going to be different. In that case we are going to be taxiing north via Bravo, cross runway 27 at November 2 to Echo 6. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Okay, so I've set up for the runway change. I'm just gonna tune the tower next. Because we're probably going to get a handoff to that one. 119er 225. There we go. And actually it would be fun. I'm just thinking if this does turn out to be a real failure to turn back, you know. It's something that I've never done. I don't like landing at Amsterdam because of the frame rate, but maybe just for you guys I might be doing it. So let's just see what happens. Okay, so I'll report ready for start and push. KLM 59er Zulu Delta 48 fully ready.
KLM 59er Zulu, Information Bravo is current, QNH 1014, contact tower push 119.225.
Information Bravo, QNH 1014 en Tower 119.225, KLM 59 Zulu. Fijne avond.
KLM 1711, Schiphol Bliss.
Okay, towards the tower, there we go. I'm still amazed by this audio quality, guys. I just cannot explain myself. There we go. Let's just tune this down a little bit, and then let's get ready for pushback. The pushback truck is ready to go, and yeah, I've checked the flight management system, see whether I could find anything to fix the issue with the doors, but yeah, I might have to load the new panel state for that. Again, it's my first flight in a long time, so things get messed up sometimes, unfortunately, especially when you update your sim and all that stuff. It happens. The fun thing is, it sounds like the controllers are much closer to you. Normally, it's kind of sound like they're in the distance, with the echoey background. Like you can really hear them sitting in a big room, but this is really, it's kind of close, especially when you have it running through your headset. So that's kind of fun. Schiphol Tower, goedenavond, KLM 59 Zulu, Delta 48, request pushback.
KLM 5 Zulu, there's traffic behind you, call you back.
It just amazes me how quick this is.
KLM 1027, ready for taxi.
Okay, so apparently there's some traffic behind us. It's probably KLM talking right now.
6, runway 18 left. Bravo, behind the KLM, taxiing from left to right. And at November 2, cross runway 27.
You see, there's a KLM behind us.
Bravo,
Receiving the clearance right now.
KLM from left to right. At November.
And after that one, we should be able to push back, so probably get the clearance soon.
That's correct. KLM is
and if the door problem already shows up during taxi, I might taxi to a remote stand and see if we can fix the issue before we actually depart.
500 Zulu, once clear of the company 737, taxiing out behind from left to right. Your pushback is approved. Information Charlie, QNH 1014.
Information Charlie 1014, and once clear of the company behind, clear to push and start, KLM 59 Zulu. Okay, so let's take a look. Well, he's taxiing out, so we should be able to start pushback right now. Okay, I'm releasing the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
All engines are clear, and let's start the engines. So let's turn the packs off. There we go. And we will start number 2 first. So far I'm very, very pleased with how this, even at this stage of the flight, how this is working. It's just amazing. I mean, if you've been flying on VATSIM for years, I mean, I've been flying on VATSIM since, I don't know, what was it, 2008, this is such a difference. I mean, look at what we've got. We got a new sim coming out, we got this. I mean, it can't get much better than this, guys. Well, maybe it can, but this is definitely a huge improvement that we've all been waiting for. Starter is cut out, engine is stabilized, and we will start number 1. Doors lights still showing up. Engine anti-ice is not required, temperature is high enough. Yeah, I'm still worried about this door issue, to be honest. Let's just taxi out for a little bit and see what happens. Engine start switch is continuous, yep, and auto brake RTO, flaps 5 for departure. There we go, and we will check the flight controls. There we go, good so far. Weather is a bit problematic since Windows updates, so that doesn't hurt to check either. Good. And we'll have the transponder up there. Okay, that's all been checked, and let's do the after start checklist. Before taxi checklist actually. Generators are on, probe heat is on, anti-ice is not required. Isolation valve is auto. Right, yeah, it's in the middle. Engine start switch continuous. Recall is checked. Yeah, it still gives a doors warning. Auto brake RTO, flaps 5 with the green lights, and start levers idle D10s. Flight controls have been checked and the ground equipment is clear. Okay. Report time. Taxi checklist is completed. Since we have the door problem, I actually want to taxi to a remote stand, otherwise we have to push back again. I'm not sure if I want that. It would actually make more sense, if possible, to taxi to the popper holding right here, so we can taxi out immediately. So we don't have to push back anymore. So I just need to load the new panel state hopefully, and then it will fix the problem. Get a 59er Zulu with a request.
Go.
We seem to have a little problem with the doors. Is it possible to taxi to the popper holding to fix the issue and then continue taxi from there later on?
500 Zulu, stand by, I'll get you there.
Great.
500 Zulu, taxi via Bravo to Papa 3.
Via Bravo to Papa 3, and may we enter via Alpha 12 and Alpha?
Yeah, 500 Zulu, that's approved, enter via Alpha 12, then exit Alpha 13 and then Papa 3.
Roger, Alpha 12, Alpha 13, Papa 3, KLM 59er Zulu, bedankt.
Okay, 1027, now I'm on it left, clear for takeoff.
There we go. We're gonna have to fix this issue. Alright, so I'll just show you the quick routes. It just sounds so much more professional. So we're taxiing out via Bravo and then enter Alpha 12 and Alpha 13 to Papa 3 right here. We'll park there in order to try to fix the door issue that we have. And it might take me a while. Otherwise we have to fly the entire flight at 10,000 feet. I'm not sure if we want that, right? And then Papa 3 is right up here. So, not an usual start of a flight, but that's okay. Okay, I'm not sure how the scenery works right here. Okay, I've kind of crossed the line already. So Papa 3 is right here. So we'll just park here and then try to fix the issue. Okay, there we go, we're back. So while the sim was loading, I looked up some information, and this might be actually a sim quirk, like this happens in real life. The doors have to be pressurized first before they are going to properly seal. So I'm hoping that that was indeed it. So I'm loading the original panel state that I saved. It will save me some time. There we go. See if those lights are eliminated. No, they're not. So apparently I might have been able to actually take off with this. But hey, nothing is ever sure in this sim. So anyway, it seems to be solved now. So yeah, let's ask the controller whether we can taxi. And Tower KLM 59er Zulu is back. Request taxi.
KLM 59er Zulu. I'll give you a new squawk, stand by. KLM 59er Zulu, squawk 1000.
1000 squawk, and do you still have our flight plan, to be sure?
KLM 59er Zulu, affirmative. And when ready, taxi to holding point Echo 6, runway 1 left, at November 2, cross runway 2.
Taxi holding point Echo 6, runway 1 left, and cross runway 27, November 2, KLM 59er Zulu. Okay, looking good. So we're ready to go again. We have a new squawk code, 1000. Let's see whether the taxi lights are actually on. Yeah. So, as you can see on the map, we'll taxi left here as we leave Papa 3, November 2, and we'll cross runway 27.
KLM 59er Zulu, runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff, wind 180 degrees, 18 knots.
Runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff, KLM 59er Zulu.
Bye.
Okay. 1212 is in the standby, that's correct. Just make sure that the radio is still working. Yeah, I think so. Oops. Okay, the before takeoff checklist, the flaps 5 with the green lights, that's correct. And the trim is 5 units and set, according to the flight management system. Strobe lights are on, landing lights on, there we go. Runway 1 left. Okay guys, there we go. Now, as we enter the air, we should have some more effects like distance and signal degradation So the experience should be a little bit different. Engine's looking good. And take off. The thrust is set. 8 knots. Nice headwind, as you can see. We want to rotate. Pause the brake, gear up. And LNAV is engaged. Well, look at the view. It's quite nice. Look at that. A lot of lights. Okay, and let's just follow the LNAV routes, and then we will start switching to departure.
Point 805 Papa, running on his left, clear. Wind 180 degrees, 18 knots. Okay, take off 18 story,
okay, the radio is not working, so I'm gonna turn the autopilot on and just make sure that I'm tuning it right here instead. Tip standards, and we'll start accelerating. Schiphol departure, goedenavond, KLM 59 Zulu, passing 4,300 feet on the Kudat 1 Echo.
KLM 59 Zulu, goedenavond, identified, climb flight level 130.
Climb flight level 130, KLM 59 Zulu. Okay, 130 set, and as you can see we have a strong crosswind already up at this altitude. And let me just see why the radio will not work. It used to work. You know, every time I make a VATSIM flight, everything starts to fail for some reason. But that's okay. We can handle it. Ooh, that's a big blocking tone. While I'm fixing the audio issue with the radio, put the flaps up and we will VNAV. Look at the view, guys. Isn't that amazing? It's the radio quality is just amazing. I really love it.
Contact Amsterdam 125.750 at your flight.
12575, KLM 59 Zulu, tot ziens. Okay, the radios are working again.
KLM 28 kilo, continue descent on 2,000 feet.
As we climb higher and higher. Inbound let go, as you can see, accelerating 250 knots. And let's just do a bit of the after takeoff items. The landing lights off, gear off, and then we'll do the after takeoff checklist first. Engine bleeds are on, the packs are auto, the cabin pressure is looking good at this time. Landing gear is up and off, flaps up, no lights, and the altimeter standards. The after takeoff checklist has been completed. There we go. Amsterdam, goedenavond, KLM 59 Zulu, passing flight level 120, inbound let go.
KLM 59 Zulu, hello, climb flight level 260, and direct Woody.
Direct Woody, climb flight level 260, KLM 59 Zulu. Alright, direct Woody, there we go. Execute, and that's checked. And it will save a little bit of distance for us, not much, but we're luckily safely climbing finally to Geneva. But yeah, as I was saying, you know, it might happen right now, especially when we're on a big frequency like this, you know, a radar frequency which covers a large area. You know, we might hear aircraft right now that are approaching the airport from an entirely different direction. At times we may not hear a reply from an aircraft because it's, you know, somewhere else, you know, entirely different area of the spectrum. You know, while I am south of the Netherlands, someone may be approaching from the north. I might not even be able to hear that person, although probably the Netherlands is small enough. But anyway, you know, it's something to take into account with the new audio from VATSIM, and I like it. I really like it.
First, KLM 59 Zulu, contact Maastricht on 135.450, bye-bye.
Maastricht 13545, KLM 59 Zulu, tot ziens.
Bottle, wedding 26, hello.
13545, yeah. There we go, Maastricht, and we are inbound to Woody. Maastricht is especially interesting because that is really a huge frequency. That's one of those frequencies where this can really happen. Maastricht, good evening. KLM 59er Zulu, passing flight level 180, inbound to Woody.
KLM 59er Zulu, Maastricht, good evening. Identifying, continue climb flight level 330.
Climb flight level 330, KLM 59er Zulu. I'm just amazed at how quick the reply is. It's just amazing. That was an aircraft that was far away. This just gets me excited. It brings back good feelings about real aviation, you know? If you watch cockpit videos, you know, you hear the radios in the background, you know, this is what it actually sounds like. VATSIM never really sounded like this, but this is just amazing. I don't even care if the sim crashes right now. I would be happy, actually. At least we had a nice departure with good radio experience. So, we're now passing flight level 220, and just show you where we are. See, we're about to cross the border of Belgium, and then we continue our route over Belgium. And we will have a nice arrival into Geneva. Expect runway 04 again, so in a moment I will select the charts. It's been a while since I've last flown into Geneva. Actually, yeah, it's been a while since I've flown in general again. But yeah, looking forward to it. Let's see what happens. I did take some extra fuel just to be sure, okay, to accommodate with any traffic that we might have to wait for, because it is an event with a lot of controllers, and if there are a lot of aircraft arriving into one runway, it's gonna get busy. Anyway, so far so good. I did hear some, you know, readbacks already that well, actually did not hear, but I expected them to be somewhere else, you know, in another region of Europe. Especially on large frequencies like this is really something you can expect and you have to anticipate. So when you hear someone or the controller giving an instruction and you don't hear anything, don't assume that that pilot is not replying. That pilot might actually be replying, so it's something to take into account. So there we go, we're flying over Belgium and we passed flight level 300. The cabin altitude is still okay. I haven't received the warning, so I think that problem is fixed, and I'll just turn off the logo lights. We don't need it for now. And just one thing that I want to mention, when you fly, depends a bit on what simulator, what add-on you use, but you have to configure the audio control panel properly. So you have to make sure that your microphone is selected. So this one, microphone, it's selected to be at F1, alright, so that's the frequency that's tuned here. And you also want to turn on the receive button, so it has to light up, and in some add-on aircraft you may have to actually turn the volume up in order for it to work. So make sure to check out the audio control panel inside your add-on aircraft and make sure that it's actually properly set up. So if this is not illuminated, for example, or if your mix selector is not selected anything, maybe on a different radio, then it won't work, right? So make sure that you give this a good review. That's very important. You can hear the different signal degradation of aircraft that are closer and aircraft that are further away. I've heard some blocking tones already, so that's just a fantastic job. And of course a big thumbs up to the development team of the audio for VATSIM. They did a really good job, and of course there are some hiccups in the early stages, but that will be alright. I'm sure it can be fixed. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's see if there's any ATIS. Yeah, there does seem to be some ATIS of Geneva. Maybe we can tune it and listen to it at the same time. It will be a bit of an mess, probably, but we'll try to do our best to listen to it. 135575. You can see that this ATIS is far away, right? Where you can hear. It's a lot of distortion, and this is realistic. This is what would happen in real life. You know, this ATIS station is broadcasting from a large distance because we're still quite far away from Geneva. So
Advise on initial contact. You have information. Report aircraft type on initial contact with Geneva arrival 2.
okay, aircraft type with Geneva arrival.
Zulu, contact 128.1, voorbij, fijne avond.
128.1, KLM 59 Zulu, fine avond. Okay, in the meantime we got an instruction, but this was a good demonstration of signal degradation. The ATIS, you know, in Geneva, that's still far away. Okay, we have a new controller, Paris Center 1281. This just gets your heart beating if you have the aviation virus. Yeah, to other people it might not, you know, make much sense, but you know, just hearing all this signal degradation is kind of fun. Kind of reminds me of tuning, you know, radio frequencies, you know, on holiday, you know, especially if you're abroad, tuning some ATIS, you know, you might pick up something. Paris Center, good evening, KLM 59 Zulu, flight level 330, inbound Golf Tango, Quebec.
KLM 59 Zulu, very good evening, squawk 5735.
Squawk 5735, KLM 59 Zulu. 573, you can see that, yeah, 5735. There we go. And of course, if you're a text pilot, that still works. The text channel is also working, but I mean, if you've ever hesitated to join VATSIM because of the voice quality, that's not an argument anymore, right? Ooh, that aircraft is far away.
KLM 59, sorry, very flight correction, it will be flight level 230 and level by Akito.
Roger, flight level 230 to be leveled by Akito, KLM 59 Zulu. Okay, so that's a bit different. Akito, flight level 230. Ooh, that's quite a substantial change. In that case, we probably have to start descent already. So let's do so. See if we're able to make it. I mean, this is quite a hard ATC restriction, so in this case we might have to use some speed brakes in order to get down in time.
KLM 59 Zulu, it will be Swiss radar for you, 134.32. Bye-bye.
134.32, KLM 59 Zulu, bye-bye. Okay, Swiss radar. In the meantime, descent path unachievable. Yeah, let's add some speed brakes, it might help. Swiss radar, good evening, KLM 59 Zulu, passing flight level 270.
KLM 59 Zulu, Swiss radar, good evening, your identified. Cleared Akito 2 November arrival.
Cleared Akito 2 November arrival, KLM 59 Zulu. Oh. You're kidding. Something happened. This is such a shame. I'm not sure what happened, guys. It's really a pain in the ass. But we've just crashed. The sim has crashed. I pushed the push the dog button. I'm not sure what happened. This is a shame. I really wanted to arrive into Geneva. Nonetheless, I'm going to publish this video. I hope you don't mind. This is a shame. I might just reinstall the sim sometime, just completely. It almost seemed like something was resetting the sim, some sort of shortcut. I'm not sure why. I'll have to check it out. Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video at least. I hope you don't mind. Actually, you know, it's kind of my reaction to the first flight using the new audio for VATSIM. And I cannot make it any better than this. I promise. The next flight will be a full flight. I'll fix this issue. You know, this is the downside of simming. I'm sure we're all looking forward to a sim that actually just keeps working without all this stuff happening. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.